Hey guys, so a few weeks ago I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, and the short spoiler-free version of this review is it's awesome and you should go see it if you have not for some reason yet. Good. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to get right into spoilers. This film is full of references to the Super Mario series, or just Nintendo in general. It doesn't matter if you are aware of some of the games or all of the games, you're going to notice things in this. One of my favorites being that the pizzeria they go to is the Punch-Out Pizzeria. The once I found out the name of it, I was trying to see if Little Mac worked there. The visuals of the film are really, really well done. I haven't really liked too much of what Illumination has made, or seen really many of what they've made, but I can't complain. It looked fantastic. Really, really good to see on a big screen. So I think the main thing people are probably curious about is the voice cast, because when it was revealed, it was mixed. Some people were not happy with the choices, others were happy with some of the choices. I will say that I think Chris Pratt does a pretty good job as Mario. He goes for more of a Brooklyn style with Mario, which is they're based in Brooklyn in this film. Charlie Day is perfect as Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy kind of steals the show a little bit as Princess Peach. I don't really know much about her, but she did a really good job of portraying Peach in a strong character way. Keegan-Michael Key, who voiced Toad, also did a really good job for Toad. It's closer to the early Mario Party Toads, like the "Let's Party" kind, which I prefer, honestly. But the real voice who steals the show in this is Jack Black as Bowser. He is fantastic. He's one of the best characters in the film. Ironic that one of the best characters in this video game movie is the villain, just like how in the Sonic movies, it's also the villain. But he can't be Jim Carrey. I will say, I wasn't as bothered by Seth Rogen voicing Donkey Kong. I really wasn't happy with that choice when I heard about it, because I'm just tired of Seth Rogen. And Donkey Kong is one of my favorite Nintendo characters, and I was just like, really? Do you have to give that to Seth Rogen? But he did a good job, so I can't complain. The plot of the movie is pretty simple. Mario and Luigi are trying to get their plumbing service off the ground. They get whisked away into the Mushroom Kingdom. Bowser's whole thing is he's trying to find a power star, and I thought it was one of the stars from Paper Mario, but no, it's just a standard power star. And he wants to use that to take over the Mushroom Kingdom, aka force Princess Peach into marrying him, because he has a thing for Princess Peach, which I think makes total sense. And while the Mushroom Kingdom has a bunch of toads, they don't really have a toad army, and not that they would be very effective. So they have to go get help from the Kongs. And this puts on a whole little thing about getting help from the Kongs, and then they get their carts, which they go on the freaking Rainbow Road, which is awesome. And then our heroes get separated. One thing I do want to mention is a lot of people brought up the fact that the whole going to the Kongs was useless because the Kong army kind of gets taken out on Rainbow Road, but it's an action scene in a film. Like, you have to show how strong Bowser's forces are, and they are strong. I don't want to spoil too much about the ending, but it is very well done, and I really enjoyed how they did it. I also want to say that the humor in this film is really good. Like, it got a few chuckles out of me, and I don't mean like pity chuckles. Like, I actually found the jokes funny. The characters themselves are really well done. Mario is kind of like a fish out of water, but they don't kind of go too hardcore on that. They just kind of use enough of it to make him grow as a character throughout the film. You sadly don't get to see much of Luigi, but he's more about what's going on in the background than anything else. Toad's character is pretty great. He works as a great little sidekick. At first, I was a little annoyed with him basically talking about how he's going to protect the princess, because I thought, well, the princess doesn't really need your protection, dude. But I think it's more about Toad being courageous and trying to help the others, and I think that's cool. Peach is probably one of my favorite characters in the film. I'm so glad they didn't make her a damsel. I knew they weren't going to, but I'm really glad they didn't just make her somebody who gets kidnapped. They gave her a personality, and she's a really fun character. I really enjoyed what they did with her. Donkey Kong acts like kind of a stuck-up teenager in this film. I don't really like it that much, but I guess there's not really much you can do with that character. We do get a glimpse of the other Kongs, but it's really just briefly, so I won't touch up on them too much. Except Cranky Kong. Cranky Kong gets a lot of screen time. He's kind of a wisecracking old man king, just like he is in the games. Bowser and his forces are all great. I really like them. Bowser especially. I mean, you can't beat Jack Black. Well, unless you're Jim Carrey. I also like a lot of the supporting cast of characters. I like that the old boss of Mario and Luigi is in this, and he's like an antagonist. I also like you can see Mario and Luigi's family. I think that's really cool. Now that I've had some time for the film to sit with me, I will say that I think it's a really good film. I wouldn't say it's the best video game movie. I don't think anything will ever top the original Mortal Kombat film in my heart. A lot of people have been wanting to compare this to the Sonic movies, and while I'll say it's definitely better than the first Sonic film, but I think it's pretty close to the second Sonic movie. Each series has elements that make it really good, and I'm just really excited for the third Sonic movie. Like, I never thought I'd ever say that I'm excited for anything Sonic related, but the third Sonic movie actually looks really freaking cool. I want to see it. But with all that being said, I think the Mario Brothers movie is definitely worth watching. Whether you're a hardcore fan of Mario and Nintendo, or you're just a casual person who remembers playing Mario 30, 40 years ago, this is going to have something for everybody. Even if you don't know anything about Mario, you're going to enjoy this film. My rating for the Super Mario Bros. Movie is 9 out of 10.